Sale freandeza, that should be Hana. Sale freandeza, that should be Hana. Took our silence love for heinous regard. Well, the heart that she gave me was not made of a stone. Well, the heart that she gave me was not made of a stone. It was sweet and hollow, like a honeycomb. Think I'll wait till the sunset, see the end sign down. Think I'll wait till the sunset, see the end sign down. Then I'll take the tide wave to my burying ground. Sale freandeza, that should be Hana. Sale freandeza, that should be Hana. When my body's landed, hope she dies of a shame.
Everybody cooking, I'm just cleaning up my kitchen. Empty in the fridge, bleaching counters, sweeping corners. I be in my drawers, I line my silverware in order. A couple of hours, I be waiting at the gate. Under influence, 10K and rising. In the valley of the sun, I'm a force without a name. I've been tripping through coordinates, just have my cordless high. My whiskey sour ice, with a dish, with a snap. By the time I get to Arizona, I didn't come with instruction. In a season of revealing, burning everything that doesn't serve. Sometimes I feel before remembering. He's really him, my wife told the man. I didn't want the joke to end. I didn't want that joke to end. Rainbow rubber band, rusty razor blade. Traveling mercy, feeling blood get thicker. Bo Jackson jersey, the rep grows bigger.
I guess I can come back in now. This point in the 2 Discord albums.
Baggage on the carousel loop. Big body blur who sided the truth. Landing somewhere in the middle. This a physical experience. A riddler's ritual.
And thanks again to Lob for taking down our first stream, just as Lob promised.
all I see. The Wi-Fi's
I knew it was almost time.
beeps. In between the takes, I rap like good daddy. Sweating out my silk shirt.
Night X, the buys, man, I'm telling you, at one point I weighed 234 pounds when I was heavy into bodybuilding. But that was a long time ago. No, Rob. I'm not challenging you to do it. I promise, man. I promise.
I'm in the park with the baby on the swings. When it hits me crazy, anything at all could happen to him. He been climbing high and high on the jump.
Who requested this one in the album Discord with you?
Pushing other kids.
Do you remember?
Strict apologies, bald fist. It's a trip. That this is
Not $150.
I kiss her on the
I'm
I watch him grow.
I'm probably like 178 now. By the end of January, I'll be like 167, which would be insane. Because I'm going to cut out all sugar. I don't usually eat very much sugar, but over the holidays, I ate a lot of sugar. I'm going to cut it all. I drop weight like crazy when I try to. And it took me forever to gain weight when I was bodybuilding. But yeah, that was actually really good. I mean, I say actually. Let's get the last... We still like... Get the rest of this Ice House song. That we got taken down with. John, cutting sugar is a hell of a lot easier said than done, right? Yes, when we took a break, I refilled my water, and then Gina made these peanut butter cookies with a Hershey's Kiss in the middle. I just went ahead and grabbed one of those. No, I knew what you were talking about, Wab. I knew you were talking about the hip-hop track. Luckily, John, I don't drink. I mean, I did at once. I haven't drank since 2005. When you have an inflammatory arthritis condition, you do not want to drink. Oh, Massey, huh? All right, let's, talk about this alcohol. It's dial drunk. Thank God there wasn't cell phones around when I was drinking, huh? Might have not been good. Wow, don't mess with Wob. 6'2", 230. I'm about 6 foot, and the heaviest I got was 234, but... Oh, so you saw them right in their prime then, Heath, because that last song was from 82. I'll take that, John. I was very short in my chosen sport of basketball. Very short. Rob, we're pretty much exactly the same then. It'd be an even matchup on the tail of the tape. It's crazy. I'll tell you what's weird, man. Like, your body's crazy, right? I'm not anywhere close to as strong as I once was. But I mean, I'm insanely strong considering the amount of times I work out. Because once you're really, really strong, like, your body just remembers it. Like, if you could once run marathons, you don't run forever, you're not going to be able to run a marathon, but you're going to be able to run a lot farther than somebody who is starting out at the same time as you, who's never really ran a lot. It's amazing what our body can remember. Night X, I've tried about everything. The problem is the arthritis did so much damage to my joints. I don't have inflammation anymore because I kind of solved all of that through various different things. It's just the damage was done. Like my hands and wrists, I don't have any cartilage in my feet. My neck and my lower back are all degenerative. But hey, I can't shoot Rob because of the wrist, but I will still beat you at one-on-one. I am very jealous of your booked gigs, JSB. If I was a rich man, I'd jump on a plane and go see those with you. I'm not even joking.
I'll give you my blood alcohol, or up with all the burnouts in the cell. Change my faith, I'll praise the flag. Wait, I swear she'll call me back. Son, are you a danger to yourself? Fuck that, sir, just let me call. I'll give you my blood alcohol. I'll rock with all the
Yeah, Heath, that's one of the best things about not drinking alcohol for sure.
Wait, I swear she'll call me back. Son, why do you do this to yourself? And I said, I ain't proud of all the punches
From an album from this year. We've had some decent amount of 2023 stuff. John Trey used to be really good at basketball. He really was. He just got it taken from him way too early. Did my lack of height cause any meaningful problems in basketball? Were you able to find a workaround for it? Well, yeah.
I die drunk, I die for you.
Let's get back to this man. This man right here. We started with him. Let's get back to him. My lack of height was a problem, Evan David, but I was really quick, and I had a 39-inch vertical, which means I could really jump. Like I could 360 dunk. And I shot jump shot three-pointers before that was really a thing. Still, guys don't really shoot jumpers that often. So I was able to work around it. Yeah, John, I was a guard. But at my size, I would go down and post up sometimes because I could shoot this turnaround that nobody could block. This one could, with you. Usually they can't, and nobody thought I could when they saw me. That's some interesting stories that I won't share here, but... Here's the thing, Love. Trey was way more talented than me because, I mean, I've been a basketball coach for 32 years. So I was like able to train him, and Trey's ambidextrous, so he's left-handed. He's naturally left-handed, but he can seriously do everything as well, right and left-handed. That gives you such an advantage in basketball. He could dribble so well. He just didn't inherit my athleticism at all. But he might have got there. Like, he got rheumatoid arthritis when he was in the 8th grade, so he might have matured up and got there, right? You just don't know like what would have happened. Trey's like 5'10", I'm like 5'11 and a half-ish without shoes. Well, I've already bored everybody to death, all this Sean basketball talk. You know, good question, Evan David. Did the jumping mess up my knees at all? It probably didn't help the wear and tear on them. I actually blew my knee out into my freshman year in college. And now I have horrible knees, and it's not from the arthritis. My knees are so swollen all the time because I'm still on a basketball court. I don't play, but the coaching. So I'm sure it didn't help. It's better to sneak up on them with you. Well, it's hard to walk away sometimes, Heath. Oh, yeah, well, you know, Robin, I'm the first one in my family to get it. Arthritis is not always, but, you know, it's autoimmune. The rheumatoid arthritis is, so his was way worse than mine, but he sort of grew out of his, but then he got fibromyalgia, and his fibro is horrible, but, yeah, it could be worse. It could be worse, but I appreciate it. Oh, man, John, I'm so sorry. My daughter has a positive ANA and has since the 7th grade, so I know exactly what you're talking about. Nothing's come out yet, but I know all about lupus. A good friend of mine's wife has it, so. Good depressing hell talk during a Nick Cave song, though, right? I mean, kind of goes. Kind of goes. Reg, I'm going to get your battle up soon. Since Lob already got us taken down once, we know it won't happen again. We hope. I shouldn't say that. It could happen again. Yeah, Selena Gomez also has lupus. And Lady Gaga has fibromyalgia. I will say this much at least and leave it at that, but I would take me having all this pain over Trey having it any day of the week. All right, let's go. You know what? Let's roll into one more Nick Cave song. This song is fantastic, and since we're on this down, the Weeping song, he played this one live when we saw him in October, when Trey and I saw him in October. Well, don't kill it yet. I still have one more Weethia song after this, Lob, so. No, lupus is not just women. It's just mainly women. But RA is the same. Fibro and RA are the same way. Fibro is about 80% women, too. Usually you develop fibromyalgia after you have another autoimmune disease first. That's a great one, Reg. I don't even know. I mean, Ghosteen and Carnage are going to be my top two, but that's a different Nick Cave, you know? It's a later Nick Cave. The earlier ones, that's a hard one. Yeah, What Lovin' is really good, Reg. Well, Rob, depends on what you're looking for, man. Ghosteen from 2019 is his best out, but it's much different, man. It's very chilled. It's about his son who died, the majority of it is, so it's much more melancholy. I know I didn't answer your question, Rob. It's a tough one. Nicole's got it right. He has such a high quantity of fantastic albums with such varying styles. That's what's amazing with Nick. Not that he had tons of artists have varying styles, but very few have ever done it at an incredibly high level in each of those varying styles, right? That's the trick. Well, I put a lot of weight into Metacritic, Rob, because Metacritic takes all critics' ratings and they formulate it into a composite score, right? So whether you like critics or not, if an album's high on Metacritic, it's almost always good. And Nick's the only one ever to have the album of the year twice, and that was Ghosteen in 19 and Carnage in 2022. So I'd probably give Ghosteen a listen, and then, yeah, never big in America, Rob, never big. Trey and I went and saw him in October, and he couldn't even sell out a 1,500-seat theater. But we enjoyed it. It's way different, Reg. His new stuff is way different. Yeah, I mean, the Beatles, and the way they did it in such a quick time, Lob, is insane. But, you know, that's the way it was back then. You got to get all these albums out as quick as you can. Oh, I totally agree, JSB. The smaller venues, man, are where it is at. No freaking doubt the smaller venues are where it's at. This is no comparison. All right, the Waterboys. So this is the song that Wild brought earlier when I started going on a rant because I didn't read that it was only one song. So the goal for 2024, read before you rant, Sean, because I didn't know what I was talking about. But hey, Waterboys are fantastic. Well, one of who? Nick's recent songs is featured in the Justice League Snyder Cut? I was, Lethea, you're right. I don't deny that. So read before you rant, or don't rant at all. What is this from? From 2015, like a real album in 2015? I didn't know Waterboys were still making albums. Okay. You like that, JSB? I was in a bad mood. I was a little pissed off about something when I got on here. That had nothing to do with you guys, and I wasn't over it yet. I don't usually get pissed off about anything. I'll say pissed off. I'll say irritated. I haven't really been pissed off in a very long time. I don't even know the last time I was really mad.
Said the handsome taxi driver, and he sighed like 7 bridges.
No, it doesn't sound like the old songs at all, Rich. It should have been, John. I promised you guys a long time ago. Let's go over. Let's go over to Rolling Stone. I gotta get my chat up now on my phone, which I should have done ahead of time. I gotta switch to the new stream, and here we go. So I can actually. So this is the Rolling Stone top Christmas movies of all time. Now it's well documented. I think Die Hard's the greatest Christmas movie of all time. We actually watch it on Christmas Eve. But Christmas Vacation, we watch it on Christmas. Number 30. 29 is Love Actually. I've never seen Love Actually. 28 is A Christmas Story. Here in the U.S., they play it nonstop on TBS and TNT, starting at 7 o'clock on Christmas Eve and play it for 24 hours. 27, Black Christmas. Canadian slasher flick. Never seen it. 26, Remember the Night. Trey said that was awesome. Keep my chat up here. 25, The Preacher's Wife. Little Denzel. 24, While You Were Sleeping. Didn't view that as a Christmas movie, but I can't be hypocritical because there's a lot of movies on here I'm like, wait, what? But if I'm going to sit here and claim Die Hard's a Christmas movie. 23, Miracle on 34th Street. I've actually never seen that movie, even though it's been on every Christmas since I've been alive. 22, The Holiday. I've also never seen that. 21, Elf. For Trey's, what would that have been? Trey's 8th birthday. That was his birthday party. We took everybody to see Elf and then went back to our house. Well, I think that's the rule, Weeky. If it's a Christmas scene, it's a Christmas movie. Number 20, Bad Santa. Seen it, thought it was funny. Saw it years ago. I don't know if I'd still think it was funny. I probably would. Probably wouldn't watch this one with the fam. Just a suggestion. 19, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, one of the old claymations. You know, it's not even an hour, so I thought that it's a TV special. So I don't know if it's really a film. Little Women, the 1994 version. You know what, Weethia? You might be onto something. 17 Gremlins, which Trey just watched the other night. He wasn't that impressed. I'm like, yeah, you kind of had to grow up on it. And 16, the old school cartoon, How the Grinch Stole Christmas. That's not even like, isn't that only like a half hour long, I think? We'll stop there. I'll save the last 15 for a little bit. Yeah, Rudolph's solid. TC, I mean, it brings back memories, right?
Contemplated in seclusion, but I took my leave embittered, still in love with my illusions. In the drizzling Irish rain.
Gonna have one more song after this, then we're gonna have a song battle coming up from Lucas Nelson and Promise of the Real. As my voice cuts out, Promise of the Real. I gotta get Cyclops' last request up in here.
On a blushing summer morning, till the wind blew them all away. I had misread every warning. Hey! Keep it real.
Trying to see your Cyclops. Are you still with us? Not alive. I mean, are you still in here? I hope you're still alive for a long time. But I know it's getting late in your area of the world. Yeah. There's Typos Girl and there's that. I still got your song, Night X. Now this is really good. The guitar work on here is fantastic. I mean, the whole arrangement. That's what I was thinking, JSP. Didn't catch that one down at the cinema. Have to go to a different part of town for that one. I agree, Night X.
And a figure comes into vision. I'm in Tokyo. It's dawn. And it's raining hallelujahs down the bright lit
Yeah, the OnlyFans version.
along the sidewalks of Shibuya.
Ooh, wow. Good point, Weethia. What do we not know about you?
Rise above my contradictions.
Autocorrect takes after your most used wording. Oh, I forgot it was the bow start, Cyclops. Dang it, man, that's on me. Oh, John. The old days, right? Of like 1 a.m. Cinemax started rolling those types of shows, man. Not that I would know from back when I was younger, but. It's the R-rated version. It's the second stream. It's late. It's the R-rated version of the stream. It just goes on and on. The chat just goes on and on. This is from the album Modern Blues, JSB, in 2015. Really good. You know, Tammy, they came back, right? About 20 years ago, they tried to come back, right? The drive-in theaters. They just couldn't. I guess no one just wanted to do it. Now theaters, 10 years from now, movie theaters going to look, I mean, less than that, but 10 years from now, movie theaters are going to be in much shorter supply. Oh, Weethia, you were making me laugh. You were making me laugh. I'm not touching any of these. Man, I would like to. You saw Independence Day at a drive-in movie. I think the only drive-in movie I ever went to I saw a double feature. So within 1982, with my best friend, Shane Powers, back in the day. He was on Survivor at one point. We were friends when we were kids. We went and watched E.T. and Poltergeist. Now, what a double feature, right? But Spielberg was on fire at this time. All right, so we got one more. This goes out to Bostar. Bostar watches this, but it can go out to everybody. It's a live version of Radiohead, Paranoid Android, live from Later with Jules Holland in 1997. That's right. Wow, it is not. You take this a whole nother direction for donations, huh? You know, Radiohead is one of the weirdest artists for me to like reconcile. Like, I love them. Like the Bends, OK Computer, and In Rainbows are just fantastic albums. I just love them. And I actually like Pablo Honey fine. We've reviewed it. I gave it a much higher grade than Trey. And I actually hate Kid A and Amnesiac. So it's weird to me. I don't think I know I don't have any of their artists where I absolutely love a lot of their stuff and then hate some of their stuff. So it's just weird. Yeah, I still got it, John. I still got it. Oh, that's good, Evan David. That's what I kind of took out of it. Let the youngsters get a little Beatles action. Cyclops, I wished Radiohead would tour. I wish they'd get back together and tour one more time. Yep, the certain frequency on the radio, you're exactly right with you. Yeah, I mean, Kid A and Amnesiac are held up as some of the best albums of the decade, right? From when they were. I mean, I totally get it. Oh, I could bring the jokes too with you, but I'm not going to. How do we feel about OK Computer? Well, you can see it right there over my shoulder, so you can see how we feel about it at RTTC. But if you don't like it, I totally get that too. Yeah, I think the drive-in had all the charms, right? Tammy snuck people in, people get in there and drink, people get in there and do other things. Like, it was just a different. Rob, the Bends is by far their most underrated album. I mean, by far, right? Everybody talks about OK Computer and Kid A, really. Those are the two that get talked about the most. The Bends is fantastic, man. I was actually talking to Mackenzie about this last night because I happened to have a Radiohead come on one of my playlists. I had it on in the car. And when Mackenzie was, this had to be early on in the channel, like 4.5 years ago. Trey wanted Mackenzie to join him, so she would have been in what, 7th grade? 6th grade, 7th grade? And he had her join him for a Kid A review. Like, it's insane. That's insane, man. I did not know that Edie Brickell married Paul Simon. You know, Rob, believe it or not, I've only ever heard Hail to the Thief once, and that was when we did the album draft last year. I need to listen to it more. You know how it is with Radiohead. I think if there's any artist I could think of, they're one of the top ones where you're not going to listen to it once and really get it. I mean, you might be better than me, but... Oh, wow. All right, JSB. Over 28K, we'll take it. Yeah, Paul Simon also married Carrie Fisher. Heavily featured on the 7 Psalms album. All right. I have no idea what that means, Lethea, what you just put, but... Yeah, we should, John. A lot of the stuff we put up nowadays doesn't get a ton of views because it's not... Like, when you put something up, unless it's newer or like a really, really well-known artist, it's usually not going to get caught up in the algorithm. So eventually it'll clock views. Now, I did notice that Brave did incredibly well for a Marillion album, Joseph. I don't know if you noticed that. It's over 400 views. But usually it takes a while. And with that, the subs don't come as quick. Now, I am going to put up like a song a month. I just haven't worked on the list. It's on my to-do list where it'll bring in views. But because when you're getting a lot of views, it ups your algorithm and all your videos get more watched. So I need to put up one really every 2 weeks just to keep us up in the algorithm. Oh, I got you. I just saw Rob period squeeze and I'm like, I don't know if we're still on the other topic. I don't know what we're doing here, but I'll just stay out of it. Lob's going to write the soundtrack to it. Doing a very good job so far. No, Rob, I actually rated that album high. When we did a Pablo Honey review, I rated that album high. And Trey looked at me like I had just like injured babies and children, right? He's like, what? So I'm with you there. I'm with you on that. Harmony by Clinic. Then I'll get your song up, your last song, John, and then we'll do the song battle. I mean, we still got some other songs. And I may open it back up for requests. We'll see. And I still got one song left from Nick Cave from Withia, an excellent song. And Withia gave a freebie as she always does. Tammy, I'm going to give that to you. So you just decide. No hurry. I got a lot of other songs up, but when you know what you want, Tammy, let me know. Yeah, Queen will do very well. Queen's one of those. Yeah, Queen will do very well. Like you could put something up with the Beatles. Like we put up the Beatles' new song. It's got, I don't even know how many views. I'll go look. It's one of those things sometimes you can chase views or you can chase diversity and quality. And we just decided early on we weren't going to chase views. Nothing wrong with it if people do it. Not throwing any shade to it. Like last week I put up an Ella Fitzgerald reaction. Like you're not going to get 1,000 views on that. Not right away at least, right? It's going to take a while. Yeah, Marillion has 419 views. Yeah, when Trey and I put a reaction up to the Beatles Now and Then video, like it's got 15,000 views. So there's certain things that, you know. That's true, Rob. If I was chasing views, I would have ripped this shirt off and I would have just oiled up. Almost got the bicep pose, but you didn't. Yeah, Reg, I know you lived that out. This could have been a Radiohead song from a certain era, actually. That might have chased him off, Lob. But it probably wouldn't. This is from 2002. I've never heard of Clinic. Oh yeah, Ella's incredible, Rob. John, I spend a hell of a lot of time doing research, and then what I end up doing is I learn all this stuff about the artist, and then I don't share like but about 10% of it because I don't want it to just bog down, right? So, but I kind of let it come out during, like, I did a White Stripes review yesterday, and I've never done a White Stripes reaction, not of an album, and I've only listened to their albums once. I had never listened to this one. But I did this like deep dive on the White Stripes just so I understand them better. Yeah, you know what? I'm telling you, brother. I'll rip that shirt just like the Hulkster with you. It definitely has echoes of Radiohead, right? I'm not just hearing that because I just played a Radiohead. Gern, I'll walk out to that right now. I remember them walking out on MTV Spring Break. I used to watch that over spring break, and I'm like, what the hell is this? Right said Fred. Hope you're doing well, Gern. My daughter likes Slow Dive, Rob. Mackenzie likes Slow Dive. Oh, T-Soup. You saw them in tiny bars. Yeah, because they're up in your area of the world, right? I mean, they're from Detroit, so. I bet that was, how was that? Was that fantastic? Or were they still finding their sound?
Turn this car around. Turn this car
Gotcha, Tammy.
around. I'm going back. Green and gray and Auburn, sliding down the sky. The devil
Your wife and your second date was to go see White Stripes. That's awesome, T-Soup.
a figure in the doorway, shouldering the blame.
Thank you, JSB. Appreciate you always.
Without a name. Turn this car around. Turn this car around. I'm going back. I'm going
I'm just looking up the Hacienda in Manchester. Where did you watch it on, Gern? I would actually watch that. Oh, well, you didn't have to make small talk, T-Soup. Maybe that's a good first date, right? You don't have to have the awkward small talk. And then after the concert, if you make an awkward small talk, neither one of you can hear it anyway, so it doesn't matter, right? Maybe you're onto something there.
rockets in the tail lights, red burns in tonight, rolling out of sight. Turn this car around. Turn
Oh,
this
I've been there
car
before, T-Soup, where you think this concert's not going to be very loud. I'm going to have to worry about it.
I'm going back.
Bob, I respect you for even admitting that, right? Hey, something's got to be playing, right? I'm sure something was playing when I lost mine, but I don't recall what it was.
Around. Turn this car around.
From the 2006 album Highway Companion.
I'm going back.
Thank you to John for bringing that one. Got a song battle now. Lucas Nelson and Promise of the Real. Brought to us by Reg. Just outside of Austin is the name of this song. Of about three hours outside of Austin.
The way the dew sits on her hair so peacefully below a Texas sky. I think I'll leave her lying there and take a walk I don't know where, just bathing in the sunlight in my life. I hear the sound of windy leaves and summer birds and gently flowing rivers, creeks, and pools up from the spring.
Gurn.
The music of the water on the rocks is getting louder as I walk towards whatever life may bring.
See, T-Soup, I would have thought the exact opposite for Otoboke Beaver. I would have just figured they were probably loud. I lost mine with Sanford and Son, John. Little Red Fox played in the background and Lamont. Yeah, Highway Companion is an underrated album, Rob.
Just outside of Austin, I think I fell in love with you again.
With the Planet, some Rod Stewart was playing it. That is true fandom. That is taking it another level. Yeah, I hate that too loud, T-Soup, because it does, especially in a small venue, like wash it out, right? Reg saw Lucas Nelson a couple weeks ago. Great show. That's who this is. Maybe we'll put a... I don't even want to use that word. A composite top 10 together of songs that everybody lost their virginity to, and I'll just do one. You think that'd get views? Okay, this is Willie Nelson's son. I did not know that. Well, how old is this guy? I mean, the album cover looks like he's not that old. Oh, yeah. I mean, old is relative, I know. I don't know how old Lucas is. Because he doesn't have his own wiki. I mean, his band does, but he doesn't. 33? And what's Willie, like 90? Right? Isn't he? Yeah, Willie's 90. So Willie's out here putting in the work at 67. HP, you've seen everybody that's great just about. That's probably a good song, Gert. Everyone will think she does this magic. Well, and that was when they were still married too, T-Soup, at that time. I like that, T-Soup. I like it actually when bands put out rules and don't let you do certain things. One of the things I loved when we went and saw Nick Cave, it wasn't a rule, but nobody was filming it. Everybody was just sitting there watching it. And I'm like, yeah, this is nice. I get if somebody wants to capture something for a second, but you guys know what it's like. Some concerts you go to and everybody has their phone out. I'm like, can we just vibe on the music? All right, this is a battle.
Gonna take a ride, the good kind of
We
ride.
brought out Dwayne Betts as a guest at the show from the Allman Brothers.
The sun and the moon and the evening tide will disappear below. I got a guide, a good
Rod Stewart's youngest kid is 12, so he'd have been 67 as well.
He's gonna introduce me to alien life. I ain't never coming home. Our little world don't mean a thing. Come on, baby, won't you ride with me on a spaceship? I'll buy us a nice little farm 1,000 light years south of Mars. I'll give you loving underneath.
And isn't that usually the case, T-Sue? When you break off, you're never as good as you were with that original act. I know there's exceptions to the rule, for sure. But the majority are never going to reach that sound that they had, that energy that they had.
Kind of dream. My home planet, or so it seemed, was healthy and pristine. I woke up with my baby near, looked around and I shed a tear. My home planet that I held dear was ruled by greed and fear. Our little world.
I'm about to go back and finish this Christmas movies list.
Ride with me on a spaceship. South of Mars, I'll give you loving underneath entirely different stars, entirely different stars, entirely different stars.
John, you definitely know what's up, right? Hey, I like some country music, Rob. I mean, possibly, Rob, when you're married to your bandmates. Honestly, one of the best concerts you've seen, Rich. That's high praise, man. All right, let's go over here. And we're going to resume A Charlie Brown Christmas at 15, which used to be on here in the States every Christmas, but then Apple TV bought it 4 years ago. It's not anymore. If it is, it's on one day somewhere. But 14 is Tangerine, a movie that was shot with iPhones on a 100K budget with untrained actors. Trey's seen it. He said it was great. But he said it's probably not a Christmas movie. 13, Meet Me in St. Louis. 12, you'll be happy with this, Evan David. I know you mentioned this. The Muppets Christmas Carol at 12. And Home Alone at 11. Yeah, no, alt country, Rob, is what, like, I don't know what you're thinking, Rob. Like, I love Zach Bryan. I love Stapleton. Stapleton's really good. Number 10, somebody mentioned it way earlier in the chat. It might have been Lethe. I don't remember who said it. Trading Places, a movie I saw at the theater. Number 9, The Nightmare Before Christmas, little Tim Burton action. Number 8, I figured this would be number 1. It's a Wonderful Life, but obviously it's not number 1. 7, stay on the Jimmy Stewart train. The Shop Around the Corner. Have not seen that. Number 6, Eyes Wide Shut, which seemed totally out of pocket. But once again, I gotta say, I think Die Hard's a Christmas movie, so I guess I can't criticize it. Yeah, It's a Wonderful Life is great. Top 5, boys and girls, for Rolling Stone. Number 5, Edward Scissorhands. I've seen this film. I saw it when it came out in 1990. I don't think I've seen it since. I didn't get the Christmas vibe from it, but it probably has a Christmas scene. Eyes Wide Shut is a Christmas film. Well, John, I'll take your word up with it. And a movie that we can all agree is a Christmas movie. As I said, the Holmeses watch this every Christmas Eve. Die Hard. A lot of cool change-ups on this song, by the way. Number 3, The Apartment. Trey said this movie's awesome. I've never seen this movie. 2, somebody said it in here. Who said Batman Returns? Reg said it. Batman Returns, number 2. And number 1, Carol. So, that's Rolling Stone's look at the top Christmas movies ever. I haven't seen the great majority of them. I've never heard of it either, Reg. I'll pause the mic there and save you from my sneezing. All right. This battle is live. Well, what should I go with from that too? We'll go a little Jordan Sparks. Battlefield from Lob. We'll switch it up.
Don't try to explain your mind. I know what's happening here.
I gotta go vote.
1 minute it's love, and suddenly it's like a battlefield. One word turns into war. Why is it the smallest things that tear us down? My world's nothing when you're gone. I'm out here without a shield.
One thing I like about Rolling Stone, it gives us some polls to discuss. So, Batman Returns a little too dark for you. So, what did you think of the Christian Bale ones, Evan David? That's probably way too dark for you, right? Especially The Dark Knight. That's a classic, Lethea. The Christmas Carol with George C. Scott. Now, Lob did admit this is a guilty pleasure. I mean, this song was everywhere back in the day. I mean, we've been on in this stream for about an hour. It is possible, guys, that this stream will get taken down. If for some reason it does, I will be back with part 3. I mean, I think we'll be all right, but you never know. I got your other song too, John. Yeah, T-Soup, you know, it's funny. I just watched The Dark Knight yesterday. It just happened to be on, so I had it on the background when I was doing research, actually. But I agree with you. It's one of Trey's favorite movies. I mean, I think it's great, but it is just a little bit too long. Of course, nowadays it would be 3 hours like the last Batman flick. But man, Tammy, you remember this, right? Because I mean, we're in that same age group. When that movie came out in what, 89? That movie was everywhere. Everywhere. Yeah, Rich, I just had it on the background. I hadn't seen it in forever. Then all of a sudden I was in, man. I was doing research on, what was I doing research on? Maybe it was The White Stripes before I filmed it. Ooh, favorite Nolan movie. I gotta go The Dark Knight. But I haven't seen Oppenheimer yet. But I don't think that's gonna be number 1, right, Rob? I mean, Heath in that movie, T-Soup, was just, I mean, I already knew this, but, you know, seeing it all these years later, it's just incredible. You're right, Gern. I actually met Adam West once. He came to the college I was at, not to see me, but they screened the Batman movie that he was in. And then he did a Q&A and signed autos for people and all that good stuff. I don't have any hope in any DC stuff right now, Evan David, but I hope you're right. have not seen Insomnia, Rich. I should check that out then. See, Heath remembers. See, I haven't seen The Joker yet either. I never saw that show. I want to see it. All right, now let's go. Let's go that squeeze. Like, this song's greatness. This song's greatness. Brought to us by Tammy, courtesy of Lethea. Which got the ship song coming up soon for you, Lethea. Yeah, I guess I should add Insomnia to my list then. See, Tammy, when I go for those comedy movies, I gotta take it back in time a little bit. Because I think almost all newer comedies of the last 10 years, most of them are dumb, right? I just don't get it. They got dumb humor. But the older ones, I'm with you. I go back on those. Brilliant and disturbing. That piques my interest, Gern. I watch way too much. I watch all serious stuff, right? I don't know why. I just do. Wait a minute. He's just out here, man. Yeah, once you partake, Heath, you always want to. That is true. I agree with you, Reg. I mean, I think that's because almost all the comedies, right, are made for streaming, because like they don't greenlight those movies for theaters anymore. And in that, you just get a different level of writing usually, right? It's just not. Oh, Past Lives is an A24. All right. I want to go see The Iron Claw, which is a wrestling. Well, it's about the Von Erichs. But it's got really, really good reviews. Yeah, I'm telling you, Tammy, we got to go way back, right? And maybe I like all those movies because of the memories behind them, right? No, it is. Well, I think this is one of those songs that people probably sang along to and had no idea, like thinking about the lyrics, you know, because it is so catchy. Yep, lowest common denominator humor. You're exactly right, Gern. Same thing with TV comedies and everything else. It drives me crazy. John, when I look for movies to stream, it ends up being an hour-long endeavor, and then I never end up watching anything, right? It's just one of those things. Yeah, I think for a lot of people, Rob. Oh, you saw Carrie back in the... Was he in the Fed then, or was it independent, John? Before he lost part of his foot? Like, it's a crazy story, man. Exactly. It's like, well, maybe. Then I'll go look and see what the movie got, like, on IMDb, and it gets like a 6. I'm like, yeah, I don't know, maybe not. All right, thank you to Tammy for that, and Lethea for donating it. Got this one for Lob. Oh, so you were watching Mid-South on a little Cowboy Bill Watts promotion? You know, I didn't see the Flash movie. I have it on my watch list. I just haven't ever... Was it any good? Reg, was it any good? Like, it had possibilities, I thought, when it came out. No, that's what happens with me, Gern. I reject everything. I end up going, yeah, no. Or, you know, in the streaming world, I'll bail on something after a few minutes. I will say, oh, you know what I watched the other night? I was doing research then. I was doing a ton of research. It was late. So I was on Max and Barbie was on there, right? I haven't seen Barbie. And so I threw Barbie on. I'm like, you know what? I'll sort of play on the background. Because it wasn't like an active listening. It was like passive watch. And I wanted to quit it after the first 10 minutes. I was like, nah. And I just let it roll. And I actually thought it was pretty good. It's pretty clever. I mean, I wouldn't watch it again, but it was way better than I thought it would be. Now, that bar was very low, but it was... Trey liked it when he went and saw it at the theater, so I put a lot of weight into it. Trey and I don't like all the same stuff, but that dude watches an insane amount of movies. Oh man, Johnson, yeah, you got to see it all like in the... I mean, I know a lot about wrestling history, John. It was so much better with the regional promotions. So Tammy knows. Tammy watched. What did you watch, Tammy? Talking about Hugh Grant. Let's see. I gotta go back.
What have I done to fall so hard for you?
Well, the main actor's pretty much toast anyway, Reg. So we don't gotta worry about him doing a whole lot more. Oh, Notting Hill. I remember that movie. Julia Roberts, widely famous for being one of the most difficult people in Hollywood to work with. And one of the most unpleasant. Like, wildly famous for that. With double mohawks, Heath. Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought, Lob. I thought, like, you got your point across. Like, I get it. You know what? I never watched The Irishman either. Trey and I had it on our playlist forever to watch, but, you know, it's 3 hours long, and we were going to watch it together, and then we just never did. All right. Not going to that one quite yet. Let's go. Nick also played this one in concert. Oh, it's like famous. Her and Chevy Chase, two of the most difficult people in Hollywood to work with. That's why when their star fell, all of a sudden they don't really do a lot, right? Because when you're hot, people will put up with you, but when you're not anymore, they'll cast you aside. You saw it in the theater, right? Yeah, that's the way to do it. This song is so freaking good, man.
Every time you come around.
I don't watch a lot of movies. I used to, like 25 years ago. Now I'm getting back into trying to watch more movies because I've run almost every great TV series around. I've watched an insane amount of TV over the years. Man, John, there's some stories about Chevy. Whew.
Every time you call around.
Yeah, I saw that, Evan David. No more physical media for the Fed. Oh yeah. I read the book on SNL, the one that was 1,000 pages long. When Chevy came back to guest host, him and Bill Murray got into a fight because Bill Murray replaced him. Him and Bill Murray got into a fight right before Chevy went out to give the monologue, like a real fight in the hallway. Thought that was interesting. Yep, they kicked Chevy out of Community. That is exactly right. And that was the first thing of real merit he had done in a long time, and he could not keep himself in there. I saved this one for last. That's not the last song, but the last Nick Cave. No, Reg, this is back way before the vid. Like, it was I was laughing, man. Yeah, this is Nick Cave. This is off the Good Son. I played 4 songs off here. You weren't in here for all of them though, Rob, but it's a really good album too. I was gonna ask you, Night X, if you were still in here, because your song's coming up very soon. Is in next. It was so good live. It was just Nick and his piano, and then Colin Greenwood, the bassist for Radiohead. That was the only 2 people on this tour. And Colin wasn't in on all of them, but well, T-Soup, and I'm going to tell you something, brother. You're never going to hear something more diverse than his catalog, right? Some of the early stuff is just insane. And then you get to the later stuff, and it sounds a lot like this, right? This whole album doesn't sound like this, but the later stuff like Ghosteen and Carnage are just totally chill. I mean, there's never going to be a cast like that early Saturday Night Live cast, right? I mean, no, I didn't read about that fight, John, because that Saturday Night Live book I read, it was insanely, like, thorough. It's called Live from New York, An Uncensored History of Saturday Night Live by James Andrew Miller, who writes all these great in-depth books. I read another book he wrote about CAA, which is like, at the time was the biggest agency in Hollywood and all this stuff. Like, I learned a lot reading these books. They were interesting. The Ship Song. That's cool, Lethea. That's cool. That's a cool memory. All right, for Night X. He's not going to see me with my shirt off and oiled up or my biceps. But Rob donated so Night X could have Cruising Down the Highway by James Gang. Oh, it is, Gern. To say they got a lot of mileage out of that would be an understatement. It's from 1974. It's a small price to pay, Night X, right? Oh, wow, Heath, that is an epic set, man. Our last poll ended at 50-50, which is probably the right way to end it. That means Reggie gets to break the tie, though, on Lucas Nelson. Oh, wow, Gern, that would have been off the hook, man. That probably would have been an insane show. Are you running them in order, Letha? You're not running them in order? On the cave stuff? I would just go back and like run them in order, like fill in the gaps that you missed. Because I do think there's like a kind of a cool progression to it. There you go, Bob. The whole discography. All right. Thank you to Wob and Night X for bringing that. Speaking of Wob, we got a battle coming up for Evan David. I'll put that back up if anybody wants to. Oh, it's good, Night X. Like I said, you didn't do anything out of pocket, man. You didn't do anything totally out of pocket. So even Keith could put Belushi down, huh? And Keith's still here at 80 years old. Wow. Oh, I mean, some great stuff tonight, TC. Like everything from everywhere, right? Everything from everywhere. Whatever you want, pretty much, we had it.
Billboard, back road meadow. Sunset through the trees. I can't remember.
So I got a few songs left if we don't get any more requests. We got 2 more after this, a battle. Like I said, if anybody comes in or anybody wants a couple more, I'll do a couple more. But guys, be careful if you're going out for New Year's, man. Crazy times out there and people do not care, so be very careful.
Years in the air. I can't recall all the while.
I still got the Neil Young. I got Neil Young coming up next. Then I got a song battle. I forgot about the Neil because I got it up on YouTube. I wouldn't have forgot about it permanently. Definitely sounds like Sufjan. Wow. Yeah, especially the American Style tea soup. You know it. You know it. Oh, Rob, I think we all kind of, we listen to what we like and what we know, right? So we're never going to listen. I always tell people that you're never going to listen to something else unless somebody else brings it to you, because, like, where would you even start? So that's one of the great things. Yeah, especially Carrie and Lowell. Yeah, this definitely sounds like that. Heath, I was going to ask you. I've always meant to ask you if you liked Nick Cave. I love Nick Cave, obviously. Obviously. I mean, he's fantastic. He's one of my all-time favorites. And yeah, a lot of his songs, yeah, he's led a tragic life. No classic tunes right now, Gern? Give you guys a little sneak preview of what we got coming up in January. Should be a pretty lit January when we're talking about views, right? Because we got... Let's see, I only got a few song battles in, but we got a Take That top 10. I'm very curious to how that's going to go. We got Rivers Judas Priest top 10. We got the White Stripes. I'm going to run all the Bon Scott AC/DC. So, those are just a few, so that ought to be That ought to be interesting. Oh, John, yeah, dude, you used to bring some just crazy fire wherever. You'd bring these YouTube clips that had 1,000 views. I'm like, how'd you find this? Yeah, Cyclops, take that. I had never listened to Take That. Now, actually, I had heard one song. They had one song that went to number 7 in America, but I didn't know it was them. That was back in 1995. I don't think there's ever been a band or an artist. There's good examples of like artists that were huge in the UK, right? Never made it here in the US. But I don't think there's ever been an artist as big as Take That, who, unless it's Robbie Williams, ironically enough, who were huge everywhere else and never hit at all in America. It got me going down a rabbit hole because I watched the Robbie Williams documentary. And I somehow discovered Escapology, a Robbie Williams CD from 2002. I don't know how I discovered that here in America. It was the last release he had here in America. And we spun it one summer driving around. We were living in this crappy apartment. So me, Gene, and Trey spun Escapology, man, just over and over. I love that album. And then there was no streaming back then, so that was that for Robbie. Yeah, of course you can, Rob. Of course you can, brother. So then I watched the Robbie Williams documentary, and that was fascinating, man. Where Robbie ended up moving to LA because he's like this huge star all over the world, and he could just walk around LA and just do whatever he wanted because nobody had any idea where he was, who he was. And I thought, how many other people in this world has ever been able to do that, where you're so famous everywhere else and you can come somewhere and just like nobody knows who you are? Like, it'd be interesting. I don't know, Night X. I'm a little leery to answer your question. But yeah, I'll still do another couple songs, a few songs in here. And Rob, you're an OG, man. Even if I have no requests up, you can always, I mean, I put the request back up, but you can always request. And just remember what I said, guys. If I go down, there'll be a part 3. I mean, it probably won't be that long, but there'll be a part 3. I knew you were going to say it, and I'm not even, because I set myself up for it, Night X. I'm not even going to mute you for that. I'm not even going to mute you for that, because I knew that was what was next. Oh, he talks about that, Cyclops. But I think he dropped out when he was 16. Yeah, of course, Gurn. OGs can I. Man, he... Someday, someway, Marshall Crenshaw. I feel like I know Marshall Crenshaw, but not a lot. I'll see. Yep, I do. I don't know this song, but I don't know how I know Marshall. It was interesting, Cyclops, because Robbie was like total. It was what was weird about that doc is they've been filming Robbie for 30 years, right? There's all this video of him behind the scenes from the very first days to Take That, through all the stuff he went through on his solo career and like personal stuff. There's all this video. They said they literally had thousands of hours of video. So what they did is they went to Robbie's house, and it's all on a MacBook. And so he hit play and he started watching stuff that he hadn't seen in forever, right? Times when he wasn't in real good shape. So it's real, and I thought, man, it would be weird to watch yourself 30 years ago and like watch yourself go through all these difficult times. This is really fascinating, man. Oh, he played Buddy in Wabamba? Okay. The ambiance of this song is just excellent. We'll bust this Marshall Crenshaw. Yeah, I mean, when I heard the name Marshall Crenshaw, it's funny. I was thinking of Elvis Costello, right? He has an Elvis Costello look, which is, you know, a Buddy Holly look, right? From 1982. Uncle Neil Young coming up next. Maybe I'll have to go listen to this album. I like this. 12 songs, 33 minutes. Let's go.
Someday, somewhere, maybe you'll understand me. You've taken everything from me. I've taken everything from you. I love you for my whole life through. Now after all you've done for me, all I really
This is his biggest song. Okay.
take the love you brought my way and give it all right back to you.
Yeah, I mean, Cyclops, I'm not a boy band guy either. I mean, I never was, like back when boy bands were huge, but, you know, and their stuff was fine. I like their later stuff better that was brought on the top 10, like when they were older, when they came back in like 06, 08, and 2010, you know, but their success was unbelievable, but Robbie's solo success was bigger than Take That's. So, it's insane.
I can't bear to hear you cry. You can't tell me what you need. All I can do is wonder why. Someday, someway, someday, someway, yeah, yeah. Someday, someway, maybe I'll understand you. Someday, someway, someday, someway, yeah, yeah. Someday, someway, maybe you'll understand.
Great request, Rob. All right, now, of course, we got to go off Spotify for Uncle Neil Young. Sugar Mountain.
I never plan anything ahead in case anybody hasn't noticed. I'm gonna do this song now that I wrote about 5 years ago, that I haven't sung in about 4.5 years.
I hope Neil someday comes back to Spotify, man. It just makes listening a whole lot easier for those of us who have Spotify. Not on streams, you see. I'm just talking about generally if you want to queue up Neil and listen to him.
Oh, to live on Sugar Mountain.
It's brought to us by John.
Sparklers and the colored balloons. You can't be 20 on Sugar Mountain, though you're thinking that you're leaving there too soon. You're leaving there too
Kurt.
soon. It's so noisy at the fair, but all your friends are there. And the candy floss you had, and your mother and your dad. Oh, to live on Sugar Mountain with the barkers and the colored balloons. You can't be 20 on Sugar Mountain.
Pretty good from a Canadian. There you go.
Oh, you're thinking that you're leaving there too soon. You're leaving there too soon.
That's a good list, Rob. Favorite songwriter ever, Neil, along with Elvis Costello. I gotta go Dylan. I gotta go Dylan and probably, I'm not saying he's the second best songwriter ever, but I gotta go with Dylan and probably Nick Cave. Honestly, just because of the depth of stuff. I got Neil in there.
Sugar Mountain.
I got Lennon and McCartney, but only when they're together. Even though I know a lot of the later stuff they obviously didn't write together. But Leonard Cohen's fantastic. Tom Waits is fantastic. We're just talking about songwriters. And the guy from Right Said Fred. You're exactly right, Gern. I don't know what his name is. Let's call him Fred. And then, yeah, obviously Springsteen is in that list. I mean, I guess Paul Simon's in that list. I don't love him as much as a lot of you guys do. Elvis Costello. I mean, I don't hold Simon up nearly as high, but Ray Davies, good call, John.
To the people who you met, and it's your first cigarette.
For me, a songwriter, like, to be in that list has to have a depth, right, of a catalog that's outstanding. I think Dylan's on another level. Like, I think it's Dylan, and then you can argue over everything else. That's just my take.
You can't be 20 on Sugar Mountain, though you're thinking that you're leaving there.
Yeah, I know a lot of you would have Joni up there, Stephen Stills.
You're leaving there too soon. Now you say you're leaving home 'cause you want to be alone. Ain't it funny how you feel when you're finding out it's real?
Jagger Richards, yeah. I'm just talking about, like, rarefied hair here. There's a lot of good songwriters. I'm talking about somebody who would be in your top 5, let's say. I know I listed more than 5, but somebody who'd be in your top 5.
On Sugar Mountain, though you're thinking that you're leaving there too soon. You're leaving there too soon. Oh, to live on Sugar Mountain with the barkers and the colored balloons.
Oh, I'm not, yeah. It's going to be one album a month, Heath, for AC/DC.
Though you're thinking that you're leaving there too soon.
You have my permission, Heath, not to watch that video. All right. Go with song battle, and then we've got an original song from Lob that Lob did put in a super chat for. I'd like to do a vid of top 10 songwriters, Evan Davis. It's hard to get Trey to film. We still haven't done our 2023 top albums, which I'd like to get up, like, quickly. Yeah, if we're going back to then, Gern, of course. But I don't know their stuff well enough to, like, speak of it, you know? Like, I come across their stuff all the time when I do these top 10s of, like, Ella and Sinatra and different things, but Bob Marley, yeah. I mean, I still want to do the top 10 U.S. artists. Trey and I talked about doing that top 10, but not quite as easy when he's not just in the room over, right? So this is a battle. Well, yeah, I can't wait either, Rob. I'm ready to get this thing up. I'll tell you, Gurney, he's just a tired dude, I think, you know. It's about a 25-minute drive from where he lives to here now. So to do all of our basketball training, but also his office is here for counseling. So by the time I get a hold of him, this is Bucks Fizz. You saying that, Week, you reminded me to put the Spotify back up. These guys won Eurovision in '81 with a different song. But yeah, it's hard to get him nailed down, Gurn, because he's just tired all the time. I could barely get him nailed down. Not his fault, right? But just having time to do our song battles every month. Not an all-time favorite artist for you, Cyclops? Speaking of Trey, I think his Legend series is like the best thing we put up on the channel this year. When he breaks down the discographies of everybody. Those are great videos. All right, this is a battle. The Land of Make-Believe, Bucks Fizz. Looking at the album cover right here that I'm looking at, I could see that they probably won Eurovision. It seems to fit. Yeah, Mark Knopfler, definitely. Gurn, you might be able to do it, man. I'm not even joking. Like, yeah. Yeah, the voice is crazy, right? Hate to look at Bjork and then see the... All right. The Land of Make-Believe in a battle against Merry Christmas, everyone. Shakin' Stevens.
Snow is falling all around me. Children playing, having fun. It's the season, love and understanding. Merry Christmas, everyone. Time for parties.
Always Rob, right? Radio introduces you to bands I love, but they overplay them until I hate them. Play those songs to death. This is the biggest selling singles artist in the UK during the 80s. That's crazy. That's crazy because, like, not known in the US. Okay, now I'm going to put up the no more songs. So we only got one more song left. So if we get knocked down, do I even say that now? If we get knocked down, I will not be back, and I'll play your song right away next week, Rob. But hopefully we won't get knocked down. No, you're right, Sisu. It is the golden age of finding music. Don't have to rely on radio or infrequent trips to good record stores. Yeah, because you can just hear anything in the drop of a hat, and somebody can just tell you, hey, go listen to this, and you can just do it immediately. Well, you can put in your request, Gurn, and I'll play it after the next song that Rob requested, if I'm still on. Oh, I have you, Gurn. I got you. I just have a feeling, because we're about an hour 40 minutes, but... You go visit, Gurn, and you film it for me, and I'll live vicariously through you, because I would love to go as well. But probably just not in the cards for me. All right. The poll is up. Heath, it was John Lancaster put that one in. Okay, so I'm about to play an original from Wob. He says, my upcoming original was recorded on my phone some years ago, and it's bad, but I like sharing my garbage with y'all. The lyrics meant a lot to me when I wrote about them, about my doubt in God and stuff. I really don't know what I would vote for in that one. But hey, I don't think I'm going to vote in that one. Oh, wow, Wob, I almost got to see you, but you're just going to be on the guitar. I'll mess with this volume here. Cyclops, is there a neither box? Rob, I'll be curious to what you think of Ghosteen. It's a heavy. Night X, you're not muted again.
Feel like I'm turning over leaves on a tree that is long been lifeless and empty. I like to think I'm waiting patiently for spring, but I have yet to plant a single seed.
And this song's called A Prayer. I don't know if that's a song name, so I imagine it is, Lob, right? I guess I'll go vote in this poll. I need to go vote in this poll.
This hole is 6 feet deep and oddly coffin shaped. But if I bury my pride one more time, I know I'll be back here with a shovel on the next.
Cyclops, when you oiled up, it sounds like. Well, Cyclops, it's 2:30 a.m. where you are. I thought that was funny. It wasn't disrespectful at all. Not over yet with you. You might not live through it. You never know.
To see this map's in a forest.
Not only did you write it, you had courage enough to put it online, Bob.
Waves are taunting me. My spirit saying, send me and I will go.
Gurn, next time you're on, brother, I will get you with that song. I'm gonna hang it up after this one. It's 3.5 hours. I think I better tap out. I could probably go longer, but my back would regret it. Sitting in this chair. So Heath, why do you hate AC/DC so much? I mean, I could see it. I could see it. I'm just curious why you hate them so much. Just that, like, formulaic. I mean, some of their lyrics are on this early stuff are not great. See, Gurn, you missed the particulars. You can always request. It doesn't mean they'll be played.
This field, praying for the rain, with unworked hands and until soil. What could I expect to gain? I cannot wait in this graveyard and hope to feel alive. Dead things should stay buried.
That's it, Gurn. He knows better, though. He doesn't want to be overshadowed.
Has died.
I'll actually play us off with your song, Gurn. I got it ready. So I'm only half power tripping. I just got to keep all the simpletons in their place, right?
Fearful of the sea.
Some of the early stuff we did at AC/DC, the lyrics are a little cringe. These lyrics are really good. It's like the polar opposite of Lob's lyrics here on A Prayer.
Kept untouched as he.
Kudos to Lob. Really good lyrics. Really good lyrics. That's why I was trying to shut up. And this is Gurn's band. Well, you better be Gurn because I'm playing. I'm just imagining you right now at attention. Really, I thought some of those lyrics were absolute trash. And I said it in the review. I thought the album was good. Well, guys, as always, guys being a general term, guys, girls, you get it. Always appreciate it. Always appreciate it. All the support, the friendship, hanging out. I mean, I'll be right back here for the first stream of the new year. Next Wednesday. Reminder, Trey won't be on Friday or Monday. So, you're stuck with me. Although, I may do Monday night. I don't know. If you don't already, our schedule, I put it up every weekend. It's on the Facebook group, but if you're not in there, it's also on the YouTube community thing post. So it's on the channel itself on YouTube. So look at that. It'll either say no stream or it'll say Mondays with Trey, with Sean hosting. I'll probably do that. But you know, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, this is Gurn's band. So I'm going to leave this running. I'm going to sign off, and I'm going to leave this running, and we'll see if it makes it through. But thank you guys so much. Have a safe New Year. Be careful if you go out there. Love you guys, and I will see you next week, and I will let this play us off, providing YouTube agrees.
You are to me the one love that rings true, and I hate this wire between me and you, and I hate the forces that keep us apart, the growing fear I sense in your heart. I want to rush into your arms, convince you that with me you'll never be harmed. Dance to the song we hear in our minds as we did for hours. In a simpler time. Cause at my walls where you're not in sight, it's eternal love that we promised tonight. But I'm the liar and you're the fool. We can't keep this going no matter what we do. Our love is too distant and the distance too great. How long can we expect for the other to wait? For the refrain of the song we hear in our minds brings back the promise of a simpler time. Now we promise that we'll always write, yeah, we'll write every day and we'll write every night. Sure, write once and maybe twice, saying we're fine and the weather's so nice. We're being punished for an unpardonable sin. I know I'll never see you again. So when that song it plays in my mind and your vision haunts me,